you. Matt, how's it feel to get back out here, work up a sweat a little bit inside here?
It feels great. I'm really happy to be back in the practice facility, see all of your friendly faces, coaching staff, teammates. Just really excited for training camp to start and get the season underway.
Is there any issue that you would think that we might not have training camp start Friday?
Not that I've heard, but you never know. Nothing's final till it's final. But I know everybody in New York's working really hard. I'm actually heading there today for a meeting tomorrow to finalize the new CBA, and fully anticipate as soon as possible. We're thinking Friday to put this all behind us and get started on the season.
Matt, the whole negotiation towards the end was real contentious, and last time you and I talked, there were some huge divides there. What did you guys give? What did they give that made you guys feel comfortable enough to take the deal?
Well, it really wasn't contentious, despite the fact we were, far from a deal most of the process up until the very end. It was never any animosity in the negotiating room. It was, respectful, cordial discussion and trade of thought and ideas, trying to find a solution to this. Luckily, we gave a lot. The owners came a lot off their position. We found that middle point, which neither side likes, and got that tentative deal. Hopefully we'll have the thing finalized for tomorrow and put it all behind us and get started on the season.
Matty, there's been some suggestion by some players and agents that Billy should be replaced. What was your experience observing Billy in the room, and how do you feel about the job that he did?
I think Billy and the whole union staff and the executive committee did as good a job as anyone can do. I came in, got elected to the executive committee during All-Star break, and didn't really know what was going on with our leadership, what it was like, and after kind of being in the trenches with them for the last 4 or 5 months, I've gained a whole new respect for Billy and everybody and the job they've done to get this deal done so we can have a season. So
you'd be a Billy supporter then?
Absolutely, yeah. I definitely support Billy. I think he does a great job for us.
During the course of the summer, did you ever wonder why you got into all this?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a long, painstaking, frustrating process, and I had to keep telling myself Coach Pop's mantra with the stone and the rock. I think I told Mike the story. It seemed like we weren't getting anywhere for the longest time, but we kept hammering the rock, and then, finally, 2 weekends ago, it split in half for us. So all that hammering paid off. It's an unfortunate process, but we did it. We got through it, and I think everybody, players, fans, everybody's really excited for the season.
Well, what do you say to the fans that were a little bit disgusted with not just you guys, but the owners as well?
We thank them for their patience, and I think we're going to build off all the momentum and excitement we had last year coming in this year. There's a lot of talented teams and excitement to be had on the court, and we're happy that for the fans that are going to come out and support us and get us back on track.
Was there ever a moment you thought maybe we wouldn't be standing here right now talking about the opening of camp in a couple of days?
Yeah, I'd say up until the deal was struck. It kind of happened rather suddenly. I think you guys would all agree with that. So it was just a matter of when it was going to happen, and the fact that we are standing here, I think, is something to be celebrated by basketball fans everywhere. And to answer your question more, we're really excited. We're going to go out and play really hard and put a great product on the floor for all the fans.
Should Spurs fans be concerned at all that the concessions that the owner side did make seem to be on the tax issues and the stuffs that affect small market teams, and even though Peter was willing to go that way, that it could conceivably put small markets at a disadvantage in the future?
I don't think so. I think all the system issues were moved towards penalizing teams for going over the luxury tax. So I think it was a fair compromise. It's not a complete hard cap where no one can ever go over the luxury tax, but there's much more sufficient penalties for going over that threshold, and it's going to definitely bring the high-spending teams down, and they did some stuff to bring the bottom teams up and kind of create a closer band of overall team spending to try to create more parity in that dynamic.
Matt, looking at basketball and getting ready for the season, is there anything you're going to do differently this year because it's a shortened training camp, not as many preseason games than you would in a normal circumstance?
Me personally, no. I'm just still going to stand out there and shoot threes and make Coach Pop mad on defense. But I think for the Spurs, we're fortunate. Most of our roster is set coming in. A lot of these teams were free agency. I think is starting at the same time as training camp are at a little disadvantage trying to fill out their rosters as fast as possible. But we have pretty much the same group of guys, few new guys I think that are going to help a lot, and everybody out there is really excited for the season and think we have a chance to win a championship.
How much do you think that roster continuity will help when you're talking about a short training camp and a short season to iron out the kinks?
I think it helps. I think it helps every year. Team chemistry is obviously important, and it takes time to develop it, and hopefully that gives us an advantage.
Matt, do you feel that the team needs to make any sort of move before training camp opens?
I have no idea. As far as personnel decisions, that's up to Coach Pop and RC and the management, and they're obviously really good at what they do. So I'm excited for the guys we have on the team, and confident that we're going to have a great year.
Matt, do you think that the dynamic of having a short period of time to get ready, having a roster that's already been been here, give you guys actually an advantage? I mean, is there more optimism that you guys can win a championship as opposed to if it had been a traditional season?
I think we have 100% optimism every year, regardless if they change the schedule to 200 games. I think if you ask every Spur out there if we're going to win a championship this year before any season, everybody's going to say yes. So I don't know if mentally it gives us an advantage. Maybe logistically, at least in the beginning, for sure.
Matt, how do you prepare yourself physically for this grind of all the back-to-back-to-backs that you guys will be facing, unlike any other season you've ever been through?
I don't know. I think teams with depth are going to have an advantage during those types of stretches. Obviously, coaches are going to have to manage minutes. You can't play a guy 44 minutes 5 out of 6 nights in a row. So it'll be exciting to a team with us, which I think has great depth, to be able to go out and utilize everybody to try to be successful during those kind of stretches.
Have you ever faced a schedule like that?
Not since AAU.
Matty, how many guys are out there today?
I've probably seen like 8 to 10 guys out there today.
Okay, what kind of shape do they all seem to be in?
Everybody seems pretty good shape. The person I was worried about the most was myself, and I passed the fitness test this morning, so I was pretty excited.
Matt, a lot of the
Looks like it took a toll on you.
Hold on, I forgot my inhaler.
Was it tougher than running up Mount Tecumseh?
No, it was not tougher than running up the mountains up in New Hampshire, but it's not easy regardless.
Did DeJuan Blair pass the fitness test?
I don't know. I haven't seen him today, so I heard he was slim and trim though, so we'll see.
Matt, a lot of the speculation coming into this camp is about RJ and whether he'll still be here or not. Can you make the case on why he should still be here?
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't really think about team personnel. Like I said, I have confidence that everybody on our roster right now can contribute and help us win a championship, and those kind of decisions are left up to management.
Did being on the executive committee make you better at giving politically correct answers?
I was already pretty good at it, but now I've mastered it.
You gonna run for president when Derek's time is up?
No, too many skeletons in the closet. No, I'm joking.
You think Tim Tebow should be NFL MVP?
You know what? I'm a huge Tom Brady fan too, so as long as one of the two take it, I'll be happy.
Politically
Talk about
correct.
politically correct.
You'll be T-bowing during the season?
No fun anymore, Matt. You're sold out to the man.
Well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. It's the United States of America, freedom of speech. I respect that.
Anything else?
Any other controversial questions?